Welcome. In this video today we will look at receptors. Okay, what receptors are, what are the types of receptors, the classification, everything we will look at it in this video. Receptors are biological transducers. What do you mean by transducer? It's a very electronic term. It converts one form of energy to another form of energy. Okay, that's a transducer. Like a thermometer, if you have a digital thermometer, right, that would convert temperature into a digital signal and display it, correct? A digital one. Fine. I'm saying that is a transducer. Similarly, in our body, we have so many receptors which are going to take these, let's say, a temperature, and it is going to convert it into an electrical signal and send that information to the brain and or the central nervous system, and the central nervous system is going to tell you what to do. So is it too hot? Is it too cold? Fine. So basically, receptors are biological transducers. They convert one form of energy to the other. To be very specific, they convert it into electrical energy. Okay, and with they convert it from one form of energy to electrical energy and send it to the central nervous system for processing. Okay, now you can also say that receptors are modified nerve terminals. Okay, sensory neurons. Fine. Anything else? Okay, so this is a very high level introduction to receptors. Now let us look at the types of receptors, the classification. Okay, see, classification can be based on location. Okay, so based on location, you can have exteroreceptors or exteroceptors and interoceptors. Okay, now exteroceptors means the stimulus, whatever is outside, it is trying to sense it. So you can have cutaneous receptors, you can have chemoreceptors, you can have telereceptors. Fine, we'll come to the detail. See, cutaneous receptors, what can you feel externally at the fingertip? You can feel touch, pressure, temperature, pain you can feel. Chemoreceptors, that is something like a chemical. You can taste it, you can smell it, right? Telereceptors means something far, like a telescope. You can see something far, you can hear something from somebody, people is talking from somewhere far, correct? So all these are the exteroreceptors. Now let us look at the examples for exteroreceptors. For touch, it is Meissner corpuscle and Merkel disc. You need to know these names. For touch, it is Meissner corpuscle, Merkel disc. For pressure, it is easy. P. Pacinian corpuscle. For temperature, for cold, it will be KRAUSE, Krauss end bulb. And for warmth, it will be Ruffini end organ. For pain, free nerve ending. It's also called as nociceptor. Now, is it difficult to remember this? Fine. Now, let us try to break it down. Okay, pressure, Pacinian corpuscle, PP. For now, you remember that. Pressure, Pacinian corpuscle. Pain, nociceptor. It's an important word, you remember that. Pain, nociceptor. They are called as nociceptors. Free nerve ending is one example. Fine. What else can you remember here? If you can, I'll just repeat so that you can remember if you want. Touch. Meissner's corpuscle, Merkel disc help in touch. Temperature, some bulb. End bulb, end organ. What are those? Krausen bulb, Ruffini end organ. Ruffini is for hot. Okay. Coarse is for cold. Coarse, cold. Right? Coarse, cold. Fine. Are you done with these? Remembering the names. Now let us go to chemoreceptors. Taste. Taste buds. Not at all difficult there. Smell. Olfactory. This also you know. Olfactory, very important. First cranial nerve. Right? Olfactory. The first thing that our brain tells us is smell. Correct? Telereceptors, vision. Not at all difficult for you. Rods and cones. What about hearing? Hair cells in ear or hair cells in organ of Corti in the inner ear. Right? We will get to know details of this as we go forward. Fine? So in this video we saw what receptors are, and we saw classification of receptors based on location, exteroreceptors, interoceptors. We have seen details of exteroceptors here. We will continue with the interoceptors in the next video.